So for all the people out there that love Nebraska football that are hopeful, I want you to clear the air on this one. Sam Pittman to Nebraska.
Oh, you're asking.
That's a question. That's a serious question.
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the, we feel your pain in Nebraska. We feel your pain. We had to fire.
You've been there.
Yeah, we have. Firing Chad obviously was the right move. And Hunter Yurchak absolutely swung for the fences or at least it felt that way going after Lane Kiffin. And that obviously didn't work out. And Sam has been fantastic in Fayetteville. I think he's absolutely defied all expectations. And it's back-to-back years in the top 10. He's going to be on everyone's short list, but it ain't happening. He is not leaving Fayetteville. And you could say, well, you're just biased. Okay, I am biased, but I'm telling you, this would be the biggest shock if someone were to come in and pluck him away. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm merely saying it's improbable. But if someone were to come in and pluck him after this year or at any point this year or next year, it would be the biggest shock to the media, to the fans, to the administration, the people I talk with. It's not happening. I mean, it's just not. There's a couple of schools that would concern me. There are that if they really went after him, it would probably be a little bit concerning. But Nebraska, no. Who are the other ones? Arizona State, didn't they just fire?
Yes.
Yeah, they're definitely not. That's not any concern right now. I mean, anything could happen. Things can change. I mean, who would have thought Petrino and all that stuff that happened? That was obviously a huge shock. Pulling Brett Bielema from Wisconsin was a huge shock. To get him here, that was wow. What? I mean, this guy's going to Rose Bowls, and they're able to pluck him out of Wisconsin and bring him here. That's incredible. But this would be a bigger shock than that if he were to leave especially for Nebraska. It would be a pretty big shock.
Sam Pittman, to me, in addition to liking where he is, also seems like the type guy that it means something to him that Arkansas was the school that gave him the big break, the big shot, and he's going to pay that off. He's going to pay that back in loyalty.
It's kind of crazy that fans in some way here, as much as they despise the guy, have to thank Brett Bielema. I mean, he's not here without Brett Bielema. Sam Pittman is not at Arkansas without Brett Bielema because he hired him as the offensive line coach when he took the job in Fayetteville. He really liked Sam, and Sam knew the area. He's from Grove, Oklahoma, which, by the way, I think it's Grove. It's one of those small towns on the eastern side of Oklahoma, like a 20, 30-minute drive from the state line into Arkansas. There's an infamous picture that he has of his dad who bet against Arkansas, I think in the Orange Bowl when they played Arkansas, and his dad lost the bet and he had to wear Razorback gear from head to toe. Obviously, they were all big Sooner people. And yeah, Oklahoma down the road would be a school of concern, by the way, if they ever really wanted to take a shot. That is if the guy there now doesn't pan out. But yeah, his roots are here. He is that all shucks, gee golly kind of, he just fits here. And I think he knows that. I know he knows that. The whole turn that damn jukebox on thing. People down here love that stuff. He feels like a man of the people, and I think he feels like he's a man of the people down here and fits into the role nicely. But Oklahoma, Bama, of course, everyone would have to say Bama. If you're winning at a high enough level, you would always be concerned when Saban does eventually retire. Would they take a shot at Pittman? Georgia would be the biggest concern for me. If Kirby Smart were to, let's say, try out the NFL, Pittman would be a real big concern because I know how much he liked coaching there, and he made a lot of friendships there in the recruiting grounds. He's so familiar with. He's been there. Yeah, that would be a school of concern. But Georgia above all of them. But, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's here for the long term. I do not see him leaving. I think his own words were, I'm either going to retire here or they're going to have to drag me out. In other words, fire him. So I think that's going to be the case. Good for Arkansas.
Hear that, Nebraska fans. Okay. Ty Hudson, Hogville.net, Hogville.net on YouTube. Ty, appreciate you stopping by. It should be a good one on Saturday night, and we will catch up with you soon.
It's a coin flipper, Mario. It really is. This is a coin flipper. This is a tough one for me. There's so many different ways we can look at it. We could kind of talk about the strengths and weaknesses all we want, but it's like at the end of the day, whatever happens, happens. And but it should be at the very least a really good, low scoring, entertaining game, if there is such a thing. I think these days it's all about points, score. That's what's entertaining. I like good physical football. And these teams are both capable of doing it, but whoever collapses first in their weakness, that's obviously going to be the team that probably loses this thing. If Arkansas secondary can't tighten down the grips, and if A&M can't protect their quarterback, this could be interesting. Or if both those things fail, who knows? Then we've just got a potential, I don't know, a high-scoring game. But we'll have to wait and see.